Well, I think we're going to cut down on that for a little bit. Leon Russell, T. Graham Brown, Love's Gonna Live here on WYTI. We're going to be, let's see, we're going to try microphone 4 today and see if it works. We got a guest over there, Charlotte.
Hey.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you just
Awesome.
fine. So, you arrived, you came with your entourage, your dog.
Yeah.
Is the dog there to check out what's going on to make sure, nothing
Yeah,
sketchy?
she's here to protect me. All 16 pounds of her.
Oh.
Is, very ferocious.
I would be scared of her if I wasn't sitting over here, huh? Hey, Kiwi, how you doing? So, Charlotte, now you travel by van, apparently,
yes.
right?
Yeah. I have a converted van that I live in for part of the year. And
oh my goodness!
Can just bop around and kind of go where the adventure and the music takes us.
So the music right now is it's kind of a good hurt. What is this? Okay, it's kind of a misnomer because there's a song you have that something about love ain't real and then a good kind of hurt. No, it sounds a little deceptive, but you're going to clear that up for us because you've got that. I mean, that song's out. I've seen the video, and it looks very helpful but depressing.
It is depressing
because somebody is hurting, and then what happens? What happens?
The song talks about addiction and PTSD, and especially the video kind of shows how the two are often.
Who is that gentleman?
That's an actor.
Ah, okay.
That's an amazing actor, Josh, who hopped into the video with me and just did an amazing job going through like a really tough subject.
Where did you shoot that?
We shot it in Nashville,
Okay.
and then we shot a few of the last scenes in South Carolina as well.
Okay, and tell us about that because people probably don't know a lot from the inside. They may look at the outside and say, "Oh, well, that's so sad. I can't do anything to help you."
Yeah. It's so I wrote the song because a close family member of mine struggles with addiction and has been sober now for 8 going on 9 years, which is absolutely amazing. But it's like a constant daily thing that both they and our family think about and like work for, and it really requires the support of everybody around them who loves them and wants them to.
There's a website on the end of the video. What is that?
So it's a website that provides resources to folks who are either struggling themselves with addiction or have a friend or loved one, family member, whoever it may be, who's struggling, and provides a lot of resources on both like in and outpatient rehab centers, various online resources that you can access for free, various programs like AA, Narcotics Anonymous, etc. So kind of gives all of that info in one spot.
So there's a phone number too as well, because not everybody out there
wants to do the online stuff. Yeah, the phone number is basically a hotline that if you're struggling, or again if somebody you know or love is struggling, you can give a call and they'll be able to provide resources over the phone.
So what made you say, oh, that's an issue, but then you decide, oh, I'm going to really do something about it, and you just went all the way to finish this thing, and it's not out now for everyone to see,
yes,
right?
Yeah. The single "Good Kind of Hurt" is on Spotify, iTunes, wherever you listen, and then the video's on YouTube. And it just, when I had never known anybody with addiction until it popped up as a part of my family, and I think there's a stigma around it that it's like, oh, well, the person could just choose to stop, or like,
right.
Like, why don't they just
not that easy? Yeah,
it's really not. It's a mental disease, and I just hope that the song and the video can kind of help break down that stigma a little bit more for whoever is listening and watching.
Because most people say, oh, broken arm, oh gosh, I'm sympathetic. You broke your leg, you fractured whatever, but the inside stuff, that doesn't. For some people, that doesn't count, but it really does.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, it's a little bit harder because people can't
see it.
They can't
see
it.
What is it that's bugging you? Just shape up.
Yeah, just stop.
You're not depressed. Come on, just go do some happy stuff.
Exactly.
And it's not never that easy.
It is not, unfortunately.
So let me tell you, I want to hear about how you transition from classical. I can, for some reason, I could see you as a little kid on a violin, and then all of a sudden, What happened?
Yeah, so I started playing classical violin when I was 4, and I still play violin or fiddle, as I was,
you fiddle
as
now.
I was reminded.
Too fancy. Too fancy.
But so I started there because my sister, who is about 2.5 years older than me, started playing classical piano when she was little, and my parents were very musical, but kind of more towards classical music and musical theater, and so started in that, listened to a lot of classical music and musical theater, started doing musical theater. But we also grew up listening to a lot of like classic folk, like Simon and Garfunkel, Peter, Paul and Mary, Joni Mitchell, and a lot of kind of like 90s country.
Okay.
And so that kind of was just always prevalent in my life, and so when I decided to pick up guitar when I was 12 or 13, and I didn't want to take classical guitar lessons. Like I just wanted to play chords. I wanted to
play
sing.
Segovia. My goodness.
Yeah, I wanted to be able to accompany myself and just kind of jam out, and so found that and found songwriting and kind of just transitioned from there.
But you play many instruments, don't you? You seem like you gravitate towards it. It's like magic, because some people can. I say, okay, I took piano lessons as a kid and organ lessons. Never took. Yeah, that was just like, okay, you get the standard songs you got to play before the class, but and then I'm done, that's it. But you just what is it? Some kind of magic feeling that you say, this is it. This is me.
Yeah, it definitely. My life, I think, would be incomplete without music in one way or another. That's songwriting, and all the songs that I perform are how I express myself. It's like I can't put my emotions out properly through words, I feel like, and it's really just through song that I can find the fully encompassing expression of whatever it is I'm feeling. But I will say it definitely took some work on my parents' part to get me to stick with the violin and stick with the instruments I picked up, because as a kid I was like, I don't want to practice, I don't want to go to lessons, like I don't want to do any of this stuff. Yeah, I want to go play, I want to read, I want to play with my friends. And so they were like, you asked to play this, so you're,
and they were bigger than you.
You're going to practice.
So that's it. For now,
so
anyway.
Definitely they instilled that dedication and the hard work aspect that's required as well.
So you mentioned musical theater. Now you've actually been on stage doing other things just besides just playing?
Yeah. So I went to college for musical theater.
Ooh, I know you could do that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so I studied musical theater as well as a few other things.
Like the classics of musical theater, or
kind of
what?
everything. Yeah, so we did everything from
Oklahoma,
Greek,
where the wind goes whistling down the plain.
Oklahoma,
Okay.
South Pacific, kind of all of those classics, all the way up to whatever's new today. We kind of covered it all, and I was always more drawn to the newer stuff. And there's also a lot of shows that are called actor-musician shows, so all the actors then also play instruments, and I was like, oh wait, I can do that.
Oh, there's my niche right there.
So I definitely gravitated towards that, and a lot of those shows are very folk-oriented, country-oriented, so it kind of fit in with everything else I was doing.
What is this thing you did, How to Save the World in 90 Minutes? What is that now?
Yeah, so that was...
That's recent?
Yeah, gosh, now it's over 2 years ago.
Oh gosh, that's way back in history.
I know,
that's like after the dinosaurs.
It feels both so far away and so recent, because it was the show I was doing off Broadway before COVID shut down New York, and so our show closed early because of COVID, and then I moved out of the city, and so that's kind of the most recent theater thing. Because COVID obviously caused a lot of theaters to be closed for a long time, and then by the time they were reopening, I had moved to Nashville, and I was focusing full time on my music. So.
Oh, really? Okay, so you transitioned over to more fun stuff.
Yeah.
Now, tell me, do you remember your best review? Because I was just curious about everything you're on stage. Do you remember? Was there a really good one? You said, "Wow, I didn't know it was that good."
Yeah. Yes, and it's actually one of the reasons why I was like, well, maybe I should start focusing more on music. I did a show in Chicago where I played a bunch of instruments, and I obviously sang and acted, and all of the music was very folk country music. And one of the reviews called me the love child of Judy Collins.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
That has always stuck with me.
That's high praise.
She's a huge inspiration to me. Her, Joni Mitchell, Joan Baez, all
that
those,
that
those
time frame
women.
was just an amazing period
just
of time.
Incredible musicians, and she's always been a pretty big influence. And so that that absolutely just, man, it really struck something in me, because I just couldn't believe anybody was saying that about me.
Oh, of course. I mean, there's all you remember those. You remember those. So what happened? How did you transition to Nashville? You were there for a while. Okay, so what am I going to do now? Might as well do music.
Yeah. Well, so when I was living in New York, I was doing my music and theater and trying to split it kind of 50-50, but that's hard. Like when you're in if I was recording an album, that's like where all my energy was going. But if I was in a show, that's where all my energy was going. So it was really hard to kind of focus on both. And then when I moved out of the city, my life path that I had planned, 3 years ago was very different than it looks now. But when COVID caused me to move out of the city, I was just thinking about what's next. What do I actually want to do? Like, what do I, where do I want to put my time and energy? And because I hadn't been doing all that much for a couple of months, because
everybody's kind of sitting back and no place around, to go. Which
was, bad in many ways, but also helped me.
Did you create music during that time?
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Yeah, it helped me, gave me time to create a lot of music, to just like think about my priorities, think about like how I wanted my life to look, and not just how I thought that it should look. And so decided to move down to Nashville, which was something that I had like in my brain as something I wanted to do, but I didn't see myself moving there for maybe 7 or 10 years or something like that. And so it just accelerated everything, and I moved down, and I've been there for about 14 or 15 months now. So still pretty new, but I feel like I have a good grasp of it now.
Okay, so you can move around town and say, hey, I can go here. And
exactly. And I found a good community. And
good.
It's really,
it's always nice when you have people think like-minded. It's just, you can really, I'm connecting. That's, I'm not alone.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. It's been, and it was definitely scary, because I didn't know anybody in Nashville when I moved.
Wow. Nobody?
I'd worked with people in Nashville before, and if I needed anything, I could call them up, absolutely. But nobody that I was like friends with, nobody I was going to hang out with, on the weekends.
At least not now. But then,
I found some amazing people, and
found your community.
Yeah, it was terrifying and also amazing, because I could just start over and be whoever and do whatever. And
now you got the van, and you can just
go. Yeah. So Nashville's a great home base, but the van is honestly just, I get a little stir crazy sometimes. So it's great for music stuff, because I don't have to worry about where am I staying or how am I getting there. Like, I just drive, and I have my bed built in and everything.
Is it self-contained? I mean, you have pretty much everything there?
Yeah, it's all self-contained, which is amazing. And
water tank and kitchen and all. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so I could just really park on the side of the road and be fine.
Generator?
So there's a really good it's a lithium battery in there, and there's solar panels.
Very good.
Solar panels on the roof.
Think ahead.
So that connects to it whenever I'm driving. The engine puts energy back into it, so I really don't even have to plug in for a while if I don't. But
you know where all the plug-in places are, right?
Oh, yeah.
I always thought that some people who do a lot of traveling on the road and everything should come up with their guide. Everybody contribute. Everybody contribute that has a regular whatever. Here's the places to eat. Here's the places here's everything that you would need to enrich your life.
That's what I would love that, because there are apps and stuff where it is, people put down like, hey, you could park here, you could stay here, like you can get water here, but it's not. Well, one, I don't know those people, so I don't know. Like,
are they? Yeah, they really.
Like,
are they crazy?
Are you willing to go for, like, versus what am I willing to?
Yes.
But yeah, I'd love for people to say like go to this like little town that you never would have thought of, but there's
It's right
a
5
great
miles away.
diner.
So.
It's
Yes.
right there. There's a great place to park. There's a lake there. You can, I want that kind of stuff
Yes.
because I want to experience. I don't want to just see the highways. You know?
Yeah. I know a lot of people just end up in the. I'm looking outside the van, and that's the town. And I got to go to work.
Yeah.
That's not fun.
No,
Why
exactly.
would you do that? I mean, that's a good part, but you want to experience everything else too.
Yeah.
Hopefully, a little bit.
And I want to see the country and see parts of America that
You haven't seen.
I've never seen before.
Never even yet. Is there any
Didn't
place
even
you
know
haven't been?
existed. Yeah,
That you'd like to?
So I'm checking. I'm slowly but surely checking off all my states and all my national parks. I'm a big hiker and explorer that way, and so checking those off. But I haven't been up to like the Dakotas or Montana.
Oh wow!
And
Yes.
I
You've been
really
some
want
really
to.
interesting places, though. I've seen some of those pictures you have.
Yeah.
Of these vistas.
Yeah.
Of all kinds of things.
I have been some amazing places. I mean,
I-
there's just some beautiful, absolutely gorgeous places in
Did,
this
did you?
country.
Okay, when you went to White Sands, did you get any white sand, or they won't let you do that anymore?
No, you're not supposed to take it.
Oh! I'll tell you what. I went there once, and I got a whole bunch of it. So if you want a little thing of white sand, let me know.
I definitely still had sand, trapped in all my
Right,
clothes, all my
right.
shoes,
Okay, here's another place. Hot Springs National Park, Arkansas.
Yes.
If you've been there?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you give all the water you want there.
Yes, you can, which I love.
Yes. Okay, good. Good. Make sure those bottles are nice and secure and solid.
Yeah.
So you can take those with you, because that's once it cools down.
Yes, of course. Yeah, but then it's just like pristine, like
Yes.
the best water.
Yeah. See, there you go. It's free.
And free. Yeah, we love free.
Oh wow. So tell us about what are you doing now? Okay, you're promoting the song.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good. That's just wow. That is very heavy.
Yeah.
You seem like you're into, helping out, letting people know about things, and trying to connect people. And it seems like you got more going on than most people think.
I try to kind of what I deem as success for me is that if I can write something and have it like spark a thought in somebody's brain that they didn't have before, or like make them feel heard in a way that they've never felt heard before, even if it's just like 10 people, that is success to me, because growing up that was the only way that I was able to like express my emotions was through music, and it was often hard to find artists that were saying what I was feeling. And now I definitely feel like there's a lot more female singer-songwriters out there that I resonate with, but growing up I didn't really hear as many of them that were singing what I was feeling. And so if I can do that for somebody, that's
a nice transition
success.
into the song. I'm thinking. So I got that microphone, and I'll turn this microphone on over here, so you can do whatever you can. You go, grab it. It's not on yet, but yeah.
Perfect.
You want to do that? You want it one down there? Yeah. Okay. So tell us about the song a little bit more.
Yeah. So you want to do Good Kind of Hurt?
Yeah.
Awesome. Perfect. Yes, this is Good Kind of Hurt, and as I said before, I wrote it after witnessing and then also being a part of a family member's struggle with addiction, and how it's also linked to PTSD. And so wanted to, I don't know, it's a big, heavy experience, and it still is daily, something that we think about. And so wanted to put it into song. You roll the dice just one too many times. You pour a drink that turns into your night. You're always down to take the extra jump. The thin white line you cross is just a bump. And you say it doesn't change who you are. And you say you never take it too far. But it's that good kind of hurt, the whiskey when it burns, the cigarette smoke when it's tickling your nose. That good kind of hurt won't make you realize that you've only got one life to live, and I can't watch you give it up for that good kind of hurt. That good kind of hurt. You push the limits, watch if you will fall. You say you're in control of it all. You claim that you can stop at any time. It's just the way you blow off steam, unwind. But I know it's bound to change who you are. And I know it's already gone too far. 'Cause it's that good kind of hurt, the whiskey when it burns, the cigarette smoke when it's tickling your nose. That good kind of hurt won't make you realize that you've only got one life to live, and I can't watch you give it up for. They say the pain can make you stronger. A little hurt can help you grow. But all these cuts are only draining the man that I know. 'Cause it's that good kind of hurt that makes you feel alive, when it's all that you can do to stand, but still you only give a damn about that good kind of hurt, the whiskey when it burns, the cigarette smoke when it's tickling your nose. That good kind of hurt won't make you realize that you've only got one life to live, and I can't watch you give it up for that good kind of hurt. That good kind of hurt. Oh, that good kind of hurt. That good kind of hurt.
Charlotte Morris. Now tell us real quickly about Grassroots.
Yes.
That's the people who does stuff for you.
Yes, yeah, they are the amazing team that I'm working with to get Good Kind of Hurt out to radio stations across the country, and who got me here to be with you guys today. They're just, man, they're a fantastic team. They're so on top of what they do.
So there's Shannon and who else?
Shannon and Renee are the main folks that I've been working with.
Okay.
Yeah, and they are just fabulous, and really have. I never really tried to get my stuff out to the radio stations before, because I was like, oh, just be on Spotify, I guess. Like, I don't know. Like, I was just doing it by myself. Like, I didn't really know. And they have been just amazing, and I've learned a ton from them about what's possible.
Okay, so if you want to drive down the street before you leave the area, WVTF Public Radio down there would do perfect for you. Luke.
Okay.
Kedem, I'm not sure when he's in there, but that would be a person to do. Cool. Now tell me your social. You're on the social media.
Yes, I'm on
give me all those.
So easiest place to find everything is my website, which is charlottemorrismusic.com. But my Instagram is charmore17. That's kind of where I'm most active. But I'm on Facebook under Charlotte Morris. I'm on Twitter, if you want to find me on there, under the same handle, and I am on TikTok. It is a struggle. It's a daily struggle. I don't understand it fully, but I'm there. I'm present.
Good. So yeah, just watch those time limits. I'm not sure what that is.
I don't know.
So where are you going now?
So I'm sticking in. I'll be in Virginia for a bit, and then heading further east, going into Maryland, going into Pennsylvania, and then I'll go up to Maine from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Charlotte Morris, for being here today.
Thank you so much.
All right. Well, we're going to go back to that other stuff, whatever it was we were playing before.